So guys, what is going on? We are back with the defensive side of the budget video quote-unquote series. I mean, it's only going to be 2 videos unless later on in the year I also do another one. And of course, we're going to open a pack. I believe Chiefs cards are actually very expensive ever since the team solos. Decent pull there as we just got done finishing the video for this. And we know that this card goes for about 3K as it was one of my recommended running backs. I think the defensive video for this is actually a lot better than the offensive one. So if you are coming from there, expect a much better video overall. Sorry if none of these are helpful to you or you just don't think they're great at all. Sorry about that. But personally, I wanted to make one of these videos. I make one every year, and it actually was pretty well received last time. A lot of people said that helped them. It was a very long video. It was like an hour long or something like that because I did both in one. And that was a nightmare to render, so I'd rather do it in 2 like this. And we are going to start with, I believe, the right end position. I actually do have the left end position first. What is this Michael Strahan card looking like? All right, I mean, it's not great. 1,300 coins for a JPP. This is one of the recommended cards for me personally. JPP's always been a very good card to use. I know his fingers are a little jacked, but he's still a decent card. And there's really not much to say. He's just overall really solid. The biggest, I think, factor for me in choosing him is he does have 90 tackling. And most defensive ends are actually pretty porous of tacklers. And he does have 86 hit power. Surprisingly, someone bought that one instead of this one. I mean, to each their own, I guess. It's a little bit harder to do a defensive video. Not a little harder, but longer. Because you do have 4-3, 3-4. So we do have another 4-3 defensive end. Cameron Wake, simply put, is always going to be on that list because he's always a really good card. Normally he's an elite card, but this year he actually does drop down to an 82 overall. 91 power move, though, very good. This year I am a little bit more into power move. Last year I was more finesse. This year I am into power move. But either way, they're both solid, and this Cameron Wake card is actually very aware. Making him very good. So 2K for that card, a little bit more expensive than the JPP. And then now we are on to, holy crap, 700 coins, budget squad. We are on to the 3-4 left end, and we just bought that one out because 700 coins is actually really cheap. 81 overall, Malik Jackson, 75 speed, actually very good for a man that's in the 300-pound range, I would assume. 84 block shedding, 88 tackle, 91 power move. This guy could actually play 4-3. You know, either way, 3-4, 4-3, this guy, it can work for both. Kind of a run-stopping 4-3, I guess. And overall, obviously, great choice for 3-4 just in general. Here we do have Calais Campbell, the last of the left ends. A very recommended card for me. Not everyone seems to like him, but I've always loved his card in Madden. 6'8", he's like 300 plus. 86 finesse move, 89 block shed, 89 tackle. Great play rec, 86 awareness. He's a very smart card. Definitely one of the better gold cards in general that you're even going to have on this game. I still have him as a starter at left end, if I'm not mistaken. Let's actually compare him. Yep, starting left end. Don't know if we're going to upgrade that soon unless it's with another Calais. So that is with the left end. So we're now moving on to the right end position. So here we have Leonard Williams and Sheldon Richardson, not Shawn. Sheldon Richardson is my recommendation, but I'm going to take a look at Leonard. He's all right, I guess, but I definitely would say Sheldon Richardson's a little bit better. 93 tackle, which definitely highlights him. 86 strength with 90 power move. 79 block shed, and you'd like to see a little bit better out of that. But overall, not bad. That 93 tackling is amazing. It's pretty much going to bring down anyone that comes in sight with him. Pursuit, 86. What about hit power just for the hell of it? 85. Not bad at all. Definitely, I believe this is my most recommended of the right ends that I'm going to be showing you guys. I wouldn't say 4-3, but I mean, I guess he could if you really pushed it. And this card could play 4-3 for you, but Jabal Sheard, his stats are actually really solid. This card's a personal recommendation from me, a card that I've actually used and enjoyed. You can see he's for 1,100 coins. That's about average. 85 tackle. Overall, very solid card, and he plays a lot better than his stats show. Not that his stats aren't great, but he plays even better than it shows. No real hit power, but I don't know about you guys, but I've never seen a guy on the inside or outside hit stick someone, so I mean, unless they drop back into coverage, they're probably not going to get that hit anyways. And then moving on to a Bills player here. It really isn't a budget video without a Bills player because they seem to have some really cheap, very talented cards. And Jerry Hughes is a 4-3 recommended player from me. 90 finesse move, 82 block shed, and overall just a really solid card. 79 speed, 83 acceleration. He's actually a little bit slower than I would have expected. I know I pre-looked at all these cards, but I really thought it would have been a little bit faster. Jerry Hughes used to be like, I think it was like 87 speed or something. Just really ridiculous speed, and just not right now, I guess. And then we have Olivier Vernon. Olivier, I actually ran him in a 3-4 once, and it wasn't great. It wasn't terrible either, but I ran him because it was early in the game, and I wanted to run a 3-4. But this card is definitely the best of the 4-3 cards I've shown in general. So we pretty much have 2 Giants players for your outside ends if you're running a 4-3. Overall, just very good because he's fast and very talented at getting off the block. Look at that, 92 block shed, 91 power move. I would love to be running a 4-3 just to use this card. But that's going to be the defensive ends, 3-4 and 4-3. On to defensive tackles. And here we got another Giants recommended player. I was going to go to the other one, but Damon Harrison, of course, 100% a 3-4 player. I always just show you the chemistry for whatever reason. 93 block shed, 93 tackle. Very smart card, very powerful. His block shedding, or his power move is really bad, but that block shedding is great for getting to the running back. Overall, a very slow card, but he's great for filling up the hole. So, yeah, very good card for 3-4. He might be my favorite 3-4 defensive tackle that we're going to show you. Not 100% sure, but I think he actually is. Now we're on to Michael Brockers, 1,200 coins, probably goes for about $950. But this is your, I guess most of these defensive tackles can play 3-4 or 4-3, but I would say this is your 4-3 defensive tackle. 88 block shed, 80 power move, a little bit slower than he normally would be, but 66 speed, 80 acceleration is a big jump from Damon Harrison. Decently smart. The awareness is a little low. I believe his hit power is actually really good. Let's take a look. Not that it matters really once again, but 82 hit power, I guess it's not crazy, but for a defensive tackle, it's all right. And then this Poe card, not really a budget guy. A lot of you guys know about Poe and the things he does. But when I did make this list, he was going for about 2,500 coins. So maybe it's just, once again, if you didn't watch the last video, I mentioned in the last one for offensive, I am doing this video at night. So pretty much, if you do these, if you get these cards during the day, you could probably get them for like 30 to 50% cheaper than it shows. Not that some of these cards are really even all that expensive. But Poe is the last defensive tackle. Pretty much just simply put, he's just a damn good card. Here we have left outside linebackers. Now that's not a left out. Michael Kendricks, always going to be a great card for just use. I looked at him at middle linebacker, and sadly he does drop quite a bit, so I wouldn't recommend putting him at a middle linebacker. But if you are running a 4-3, he's a great coverage right out. Overall, very decent. Very great card to user, actually. Very fast, and overall just going to be great for getting those user picks. And he's actually a lot smarter than I expected. No offense. But what was it? 89 play rec with or an 86 play rec with an 83 awareness is very good. And he actually can pass rush a little bit, so he should be able to get to the quarterback if for whatever reason you're blitzing. Now we are on to a 3-4 guy. I believe this card is only going for 2K because of the recent heroes. But then again, it is late at night, so that's probably a big factor as well. But this is your 3-4 left outside linebacker, of course. And Whitney Merciless, I actually found it harder than I would have ever imagined to find a left outside linebacker for pass rush in a 3-4. It's actually a little bit harder than I expected, but this card is very good. Not the craziest fast or any of that, but he's really good at getting off the block. This is another personal recommendation as well. Now we're on to a card that you can actually get for free. I don't know if it's 75. I think it's actually an 85 overall, but this is just the 75 overall version. You can get this card, I believe it's an 80 overall for free. I'll look at what week it is, but if you do the Ultimate Season, one of the seasons all the way through, you get an 80 overall version of this card. And honestly, this 75 overall card is actually really good too, considering. So you can only imagine what the 80 overall one is going to be like. So I found it right here. I believe it to be week 4. It is week 4. You get a Vic Beasley at the end of the thing, which I believe does have a boosted chemistry. I'm not exactly sure, but some of those cards are actually pretty decent. I do have another recommendation from the Ultimate Seasons solo challenge as well, but that is one of the last guys. The last guy is kind of a hybrid player. I believe he is on the Raiders now, is he not? Bruce Irvin's 2K. I think it's just Raider cards have gone up. But he can play 3-4 or 4-3 for you. It's actually listed as a 3-4. But honestly, I probably would recommend him in a 4-3 a little bit more. Very fast card. Once again, very good. 91 pursuits, really good. But his coverage stats are great. Very great, mix-up player. Definitely great in like a Broncos or a Patriots defense. So here, I'm just going to drop the straight-up bomb. 4K for Bobby Wagner. The best of the middle linebackers, of course, that we're going to show. We still have him, I believe. Actually, is this the one I pulled a long time ago? I bought him a long time ago. But a very solid card. Very smart. He's very fast, and you could use him. Obviously, he's going to be that guy that you're going to want to play on their own, since he'll be able to do the job mostly on his own without your help. But of course, you can do whatever you really want. Definitely the biggest recommendation, I would say, of all the cards. Not really the biggest budget player, but definitely a huge recommended card. So once again, to each their own. But for me, my linebacker is very speedy. That's the linebacker type I like. So Ryan Shazier, another speedy guy. Definitely a guy you're most likely going to have to use, or not the greatest awareness or play rec, but that insane speed is really what you're getting him for. Not really great in coverage at all, but very good speed, decent hit power, and pretty solid hands. Last card is going to be another speed guy, Jadeveon Buchanan. You get a better version. I'll show you which one it is, as we actually have him as a third now. I think we finally replaced him. But you get the slightly better Ultimate Season one if you do the Week 1 solos for the Ultimate Season. And I really recommend it, because throwing in another recommendation into the offensive is Julius Thomas Ultimate Season tight end, which you get for the 15th solo, trying to get your Jadeveon Buchanan on the 16th for that Ultimate Season Week 1. Definitely recommended. Both of those cards are without a doubt the best. I've stopped doing those solo challenges after that because I don't really feel like they're worth it. But Dayon and Julius Thomas are definitely worth it, because both of those are actually on my team. Julius is a second-string defensive tackle. Defensive tackle, all right. Tight end is what I meant to say. So believe it or not, Lavonte David is actually 1,200 coins. You can probably get him for 1,100, but either way, it's the same difference. Obvious 4-3 linebacker, right outside linebacker. 84 hit power is actually a lot better hit power than I thought. What I've always remembered Lavonte David as is decently fast, very good at tackling, great in coverage, and that's exactly what you're going to get out of this card. And actually, you do also get that extra 84 hit power. So definitely the number one guy I recommend for 4-3 at right outside linebacker. Now here we have Nicholas Perry. You can actually get the 81 overall version. Let's see what his stats are looking like. Pretty decent. If you want to pay the extra like 700 plus coins, maybe go for it. Nick Perry is what I want, not Peppers. Nick Perry, 84 speed, of course. 3-4 is the style linebacker you're getting. He's actually made a huge career turnaround, and the thing about him, it's very fast. It's actually a really fast card, surprisingly. I know Nick Perry's decently fast, but if you compare him to some of the other guys that you can get, he's honestly really outshines them in the speed category. And overall, he's like 84 in just about every stat. The last guy I recommend 100%. Ooh, Clowney for 1,300, and I'm going to try to sell him for 19. I seen him for about 1,200 coins, but it seems like the prices are really high late night today. But Jadeveon Clowney, 3-4. His stats are actually really good, so I don't really need to sell him too much. But if you've watched what he's done in Draft Champions, in Salary Cap, in freaking Ultimate Team seasons on my channel, you'll see why I recommend this card as the best 3-4. Honestly, the best 3-4 gold card in the game. And there's some really solid ones, even like Friday night drafts, even though technically Tuesday night. But overall, just an insane card. It just does everything for you. You don't have to worry about anything when you get this card. So now we are on to cornerback. 3,000 coins for Vontae Davis, your man coverage type player. I don't know why I said it like that, type. But he's 86 speed, which you'd like to see a little bit better. If he had 88, he would definitely be the best cornerback I'm going to show you. Very aware. He's got 93 press. Just overall the best man-to-man corner you're going to get for 3,000 coins in the game, just about. Overall, very solid player. Decently juking. Kind of surprised by that. But overall, a very solid player once again. Press is very great on that. Probably the best press of a gold corner in the game. It wouldn't surprise me. We have a Tramon Williams. 500 coins. I don't know what Browns cornerbacks are going for, but it's definitely a steal. And I'm not even going to look at the stats. Not a recommended card at all. Just absolutely terrible. So slow, so poor. Of course, if you've seen the Browns, you're pretty much going to assume which card I'm going to show you, which is Joe Hayden. 85 speed, a little bit better, a little bit worse than I remembered him when I was writing him down on the list, but another man-to-man corner. I definitely wouldn't put him at 1 or 2, definitely a slot-style corner. You can pretty much make that argument for Joe Hayden, but at least Joe Hayden can press really well, so he's going to be able to jam him at the line a lot more effectively than Joe Hayden. Overall, a decent card. Joe Hayden's really fallen off the wagon, but still decent enough this year to get a spot on the budget squad for 3,000 coins. And even though I talk about replacing the elite version of him all the time, Safan Gilmore, another Bills player. The Bills have just great budget players in this game. 88 speed, 90 excel, 6'1", 85 man, 84 zone, just about 84 in every stat except for speed, which goes above and beyond. Definitely worthy of 1 or 2 spot for corner. Very good card, especially for like 1,200-1,300 coins. Overall, just a solid addition to your team. Let's take a look at Darby. Very fast. Actually, I don't have him on the list, but another potential number 3 corner if you're a man-style player. Of course, Gilmore can play either or. And you can pretty much make that argument for Joe Hayden and Vontae Davis as well. And then here, I believe this is another man-style corner who can play anywhere, really, because he's fast, but I would obviously put him at the 3 spot if you can. And just so fast. Definitely worth 1,200 coins, especially if you're a man-to-man style player. A lot of these cards do seem to be man-to-man, but that's just because that seems to be the biggest skill position for gold corners is man-to-man corners. And we are on to Sam Shields, another guy that I always love. I'm a Packer fan, so I'm a little biased, but I've always loved Sam Shield cards, even though I might replace the elite one we've had. But we did have him for a long time. Very good, slightly better zone than man. 84, 85, you can never really go wrong. Very fast, which is the reason why you're getting him. You could also put him at kick returner / punt returner. So another versatile player here. And then the last card, can never go wrong with a nice DRC. Where is DRC actually? 3,000 coins, wouldn't surprise me. I listed him as an 82 overall. He's actually 83. Man-to-man, but because he's so fast and he is 6'2", not bad for zone either. Play rec very good. His awareness, he's actually a really smart card. Press is a little bit low. But overall, I would say this is the best of the cornerbacks I'm going to show you just because DRC cards just outplay everyone. They really do. Because he's 6'2" and he's so fast. That's really what makes the difference. Now with the safeties, there really wasn't a whole lot of options. So I did take Byron Jones as one of my options because he's 6'1", very fast, 83 zone. He's great for letting AI or user. He's not the smartest of players, but since he is 6'1", great jumping, of course, since he fucking has the highest jump out of every player in Combine history, if I'm not mistaken. Especially for cornerbacks. I know he's a free safety now, but just overall really solid. Definitely, if you're going to be using your free safety, not a whole lot of people do, but if you do, definitely the best of the two. And once again, going to the style of really not too much talent for free safeties, going to Reid. I always love Reid cards. I don't know if he really goes for 950 coins, but at the end of the day, I have a ton of coins. If I take a little bit of a loss, who cares? This card normally goes for 900 coins, but 6'1", 85 speed, 91 acceleration. This is going to be your hit-sticking type players. And overall, just going to be able to stop the deep ball better than Byron Jones, I would say, even though they're both tall. But Reid just has that. He just has that swagger about him. So now we are on to strong safety. Ironically, the 81 overall a day, or a die, whatever you want to call him, is cheaper. But the BCA Jaleel Adai is a very good card. Probably the best strong safety I'm going to show you, especially for 200,000 coins. Definitely if you let your safety just play around on his own, gross. But if you just let him AI, then obviously he's going to be the best choice because he's very smart. Great stats overall, and he's fast enough to get it done, smart enough to get it done. He can actually hit pretty decently. Now we're moving on to a card that's about 3,000 coins, but a 100% recommended. My favorite card out of all of these, Lana Collins, Team of the Week with the Tackle Battle Ready, what is it called? Battle Ready Chemistry Boost. Making it where if you hit the A button, you're going to tackle him if it's a battle of tacklation. Very good card. 71 man coverage does not do him justice. When he's locked in man, he actually does very well. 88 speed, 90 excel, 91 hit power. I've loved to love Landon Collins ever since last year when he had that rookie elite card. That's a really good card, and he's doing really well in real life, and in this game he does just as well. So overall, I would say this is my most recommended of the strong safeties. Not necessarily super budget, but still decent enough. Now on to the last one, who plays very well as a number 2 in a 3-4 defense, Tyvon Branch. Okay, screw you. He's going to be able to keep up with a lot of players downfield. Not the smartest of players. 84 awareness, actually better than I expected. But very fast is what you're getting out of him. And he is 6 foot. Overall, what is his play rec, by the way? Something. So 82 play rec, 84 awareness isn't terrible. And he actually has decent stats for man coverage as well. So if he had to, he probably could move over to corner. And we're pretty much done with the video. We're going to go down to the kicker punter. Another position where it's really to each your own. You're going to be paying a lot for, whether you want a great punter and kicker or a decent one. Greg Sirline is going for a lot of coins, but if this, I would assume, is going to be the best budget player. If not, I would say Dustin Hopkins. Is he a Redskin player, I believe? So kickers are just expensive. This is kind of why I really didn't put too much effort into kickers and punters. I added one kicker, one punter. The punter is Drew Kaiser, which I believe is a Lions punter. I honestly have no idea what punter he is. So he is a Charger player, 4K. Don't quote me on any of these cards. I just look for guys with 90+ kick power, and these are the guys. So pretty much kicker punter is all on your own. I never mentioned special teams, so you can't call me out on false advertising. Let me know, just like I said in the offensive budget squad. Did any of this help you? Did you enjoy it in general? Maybe see some players that could help you with the salary cap. Maybe you have a position that you're willing to skimp out on for your ultimate team to buy a better card somewhere else. Maybe they could fill it in, like for 3-4, you do have a lot of backups that kind of come in. So, backup middle linebacker, backup strong safety doesn't need to be the best. So maybe one of these cards can fill in for you. Backup linebacker, I would go Clowney all the way. That gold Clowney is so good. I want the puzzle one, but it's just so expensive. And I could see why, because he's a thug. But hopefully this did help you. Maybe subscribe if you want to. I love subscribes. I love the likes. I love all that stuff. But truly, it does mean a lot when you just watch the video. This is a long-ass video, so you're the true MVP if you watch this. Cheesy as hell, I know. I'm cheesy from time to time. What can you do? But hope you guys come back for next video. But until next video... Ooh, notification. What is this? Oh, screw off. See ya! So what is going on, guys? We are back with another video on Madden 17. We are back with another video today. And we're doing something a little bit different. We are doing the New England Patriots rebuild.